You know, there's a famous saying in our world: behind every good man, there is a good woman.
And here I am. Hi, I'm Shauna, and this is my good man, Pete, and we are Gollihe Family Discipleship. We're both ordained ministers with the Church of God, and we come to you every day through social media and say, hey, come study the Bible with us. We believe that it is an integral part of being a disciple of Jesus Christ, learning, knowing more about Him, becoming very seasoned in the Word. So today we are continuing our study on 1 Timothy, and we're on chapter 3. We're going to read verse 11, and then we're going to get started on the discussion. Even so must their wives be grave, not slanderers, sober, faithful in all things.
Okay, so we've been talking about the deacons, and then it goes into the fact that the deacons' wives have to meet certain criteria as well. You know, when Sean and I began into ministry, and I knew I was called to ministry, we got good advice from a pastor friend. He says, you know, God doesn't call just one of you. He says that if God is calling you into ministry, He should be calling He is calling your wife into ministry as well. Now, what that means is it may not be the same level of a commitment, it may not be the same responsibility, but what it does mean is she's involved in everything I do. She's a part of everything I do, and I would hope that I'm a part of everything she does ministry-wise as well, because we need each other. So when Paul gives this criteria for the deacons, and he lays it out, and then he says, oh, wait a minute, your wives need to be of this standard as well.
Yeah, I remember as a young child when my dad would do ministry, like lead a youth group or teach Sunday school, or and when he would be involved in things like that, I was proud of him, but until I got a little bit older, I didn't understand that. Honestly, I don't think my dad could have done it without my mom. All the administration help that she had behind the scenes is scheduling things, preparing things, picking things up, fellowship, making sure that all the youth knew when things were, schedules, all that stuff. My mom was a huge part of that, but she may have been a silent part, and Dad was out in front, but she was a huge part of that, and she was a woman who was worthy of the office as well as he was.
Right, and you know, you think about that, and a lot of times we don't see the behind the scenes work. We don't see the prayers that the other is laying down for the other. We don't see the times when one is preparing for a sermon and he goes to the other and says, what do you think of this? Or have you read on this? What do you think on this topic? And things like that. But we're truly, Sean and I are unique in that we're almost direct opposites. Things that I'm strong in, she's weak in. Things that I'm weak in, she's strong in. So we complement each other very well. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that we have that blessing, but I believe it also makes us wonderful ministry partners and allows us to minister in various areas of the ministry world, from youth up to adult, and different things that we've done in the past. And that's because we work so well together, and we're blessed to have each other and to be ministry partners.
It's true. It is a blessing. I'm so glad that God has blessed us in this way, and with all sincerity. It is an honor to minister with Pete. It really, truly is. And, you know, we have been talking about in 1 Timothy chapter 3 here, we've been talking about qualifications and what God requires of people who are in leadership, within His body, within the church that He has established. And we see that God is calling men and women to this lifestyle that is going to require you to put forth great effort.
To be different.
Yeah, and you're going to be different. You know, being a Christian is not easy. Right. It is difficult.
And then you go into the ministry and it raises even more.
Yeah, it does. And, you know, you're looked at completely differently, and you should be. Mm-hmm. People should hold you to higher standards because you have this a special calling upon your life. And when you embrace it and when you pursue it, it should be with due diligence and righteousness.
Right, and the Bible even says, I believe in the book of James, that you're held to a higher accountability. Mm-hmm. If
Not
you are
all should teach.
Right, if you're a teacher of the gospel message. So remember, going forward, we want you to read the Word of God every day. Read this chapter, 1 Timothy chapter 3. Every day as a family, discuss it. That's what we do in our home. We read one chapter a week. We read it every day together, and we talk about something different. And you know what? It's benefited our family well. So going forward, remember there's 4 things a disciple of Jesus Christ will do every day.
Encounter God, exalt God, edify yourself by reading the Word of God, and engage this world for Jesus Christ. Tell everybody about the hope of salvation through Christ. So until next time, God bless.